right here. NWO.
I
Redacted.
know.
Redacted.
It's a habit.
Redacted.
It's a habit. It is a habit.
Redacted. We're here with Bay Sports Podcast. Amazing Spider Cam, aka. Got Otis in the building so far. More to come later on. How about these playoffs?
Yeah. I think honestly the first round might have been more interesting than the second. Like, I mean, I guess injuries are making it more exciting, but I've seen a whole lot of games. I was just like, yeah, like that was a good ass game. It's been like a blowout one way or a blowout the other way. Besides the Utah Clippers series.
So, I mean, first round just had Mavericks go to Game 7, right? Or was it another Game 7 in first?
Mavericks went to Game 7. I mean, that was the only like real deep series, but like they were close games. I don't know.
You shouldn't have a deep series with that Mavericks team. It's just Luka and friends, and Porzingis is mad because he's a sidekick. You're not a main eventer. So just be Luka second. Score your 20. That's all we're asking for. But you're just mad because we're asking you to score 20. Like, that's crazy. Luka doing 45 and still losing. So I mean,
right.
What do you want?
Shit, fucking Hardaway Jr. out there balling harder than Porzingis.
And we only asked for 10 from him.
Right. He asked for 10. He gave us 20. Except in that last game, he really did give us 10.
But round 2, you want to go on Philly and Atlanta?
Yes, sir. I mean,
Philly should have won the first game. We all know that.
Yeah, that is fact. Like, honestly, this series was supposed to be a sweep. It really was.
It's supposed to be 3-0 right now, going to Game 4, a hopeful sweep. But it just showed you there's levels to it. It's like defensively, Trae Young can't get past Ben Simmons. It's just like it's already been proven. So his whole trade of 20 points, or I mean at least easily 26, and then it revolves around. But don't get me wrong, I think they're very evenly matched with their fives, and Sixers might have the edge on the bench with Dwight and Maxey and Milton, but Bogdanovich is the second for the Hawks, and then Gallinari, Clint Capella. Like, they have a good starting five.
They do.
They just don't have a big. Nice, they don't have an Embiid. That's the big difference. They don't have an Embiid.
Yeah. Yeah, bottom line, that's what it is. Like, Embiid is too dominant in this series. There's no one to slow him down. There's nobody to counter his points. He's just doing what he wants. And with Ben, playing more aggressive and playing defense on Trae, I mean, there's just no way. There's no way you beat this thing. Not right
now. And Ben in Game 3 scored 18. So if he scores at least, like Gus said, if Ben scores 20, like, the Sixers don't lose ever.
Yeah.
Because you could have, I don't know what Danny Green's thing going on. Danny Green, I guess he's hurt somewhat, but he got limited minutes. But you got Seth. Seth can go for 20 any night. Tobias can go for 25 any night. If Ben just does 20, the Sixers don't lose. And then B's good he's a walking 30. So I mean, it was supposed to just been over by now, but I guess I'm hoping Sixers 3-1. They go to Eastern Conference Finals, and then hopefully they can play the Bucks at this point.
Yeah, because there's no telling the health of the Nets at this point. Like, Harden is out indefinitely, Kyrie's out indefinitely, and Kyrie, as good as KD is, he's not going to.
He's not by himself. He can't do it by himself.
Yeah,
no. You got a revved up Blake Griffin that can give you 20, maybe. Joe Harris is so iffy, it's not even funny. And then it's just like a DeAndre Jordan that maybe can do something on defense because he's not doing nothing on offense. So
hell no.
And KD's a walking 30, but I get all that, but. it'll be more definitive if Giannis stopped taking threes. Why is Giannis shooting threes? It makes no fucking sense. Stop shooting threes.
That he want people to say that he the best first player on the planet and the best people shoot threes. That's what it is.
That's not your game. You if you go 1 for 8, 1 for 9, he's 4 for 24
yeah.
in the series for threes. Just don't do it. Just have a mid range game. Just go on the inside. That's all you have to
Just
do. They don't have 2 star players. It's nothing to really worry about. Chris
right.
Middleton can handle all that. Drew Holiday can handle the rest of the work. Like you have like what was it? Middleton had 30 with Giannis.
Yeah.
The last
35.
game.
He dropped 35.
They both dropped 35. You don't have to shoot fucking threes.
Yeah. If Chris Middleton plays like he did last game, every game of the series, honestly, they could have won with at least one more of them. Like if Kyrie would stay healthy, I think they still could beat them if Middleton does that every night. But
I don't know, Bob. I don't know. They need that Kyrie walking 25 right there. But is it? I don't know. You can get into the basketball superstition of this. It's just like, is it KD's karma? You left fucking OKC because you couldn't stand Russ. Then you left fucking Golden State because I'm guessing Draymond. I'm a legend Draymond. Man, then you get to the team of your choice, the player of your choice, and you get the additional Harden, and it's just like it's all just crumbling down. And then you need fucking Steve Nash to come out of retirement for all this.
Right. Yeah,
It's
it's got to be karma because like look at how like everybody got to that team under kind of like sneaky means. Let's be real, like like Harden especially.
Kyrie quit on the fucking Cavs and
then quit on the Celtics. Right. He never even started for Boston. Like he was just there.
He was like, there, but people didn't want to fucking listen to him. Just like, wait, if he just, I don't know what he needed to do. I'm not inside the locker room, but I could just use my 2 eyes, and he just wanted to be the star, and he was going to be the second to Tatum. I mean, Tatum just like, I don't know. They could have kept that core maybe, just like Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Kyrie. I guess fucking white boy come up and what was it?
Shit, honestly, if they would have kept that together, KD probably would have went there. It's like, oh, that's the move. Cool, whatever.
I don't know about going there. Maybe what? Where would you put him?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I guess put him with the 2. I guess, and Kyrie run point, and then or Gordon Hayward.
Well, no, put him at the 3. Put him at the 3, and then but yeah, Gordon Hayward at that point would you just trade that man. I'm sorry, like just get rid of him. Get rid of him.
So he would still go to Charlotte at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He still be good coming off the bench. I mean, I don't know, but he went. You see the money Charlotte gave him, so he would have come off. He wasn't taking no less than that. He was taking that Kirk Cousins check. And, I don't know. So it's a series now. I mean, Kyrie's not playing Game 5, so I guess the Bucks just win. I mean.
Yeah, I don't see how KD can beat this team by himself. Like there is no, you have to have one other guy that's like unless Blake come out and drop 30 with him.
He's not.
Don't see
at all. If Joe Harris can go back to 3-point contest, Joe Harris and just give him 25 at least something.
Yeah, they kept him off his spots. Like Drew was sticking to him like glue in that last game. Like he was on his ass. And I respected it.
Yeah.
But if Joe Harris knocks down his shots, he got to give him 25 to get win. But like if he's 25, Blake still has to drop like 18.
It's I don't know. It's still not enough because Middleton. We already see Middleton can drop 35, and then everybody else on the team can at least contribute 10 or 15 if need be. So it's just like I don't know, I see the Bucks taking it going 3-2. Maybe Kyrie can. I don't know if it was a high ankle sprain or just a whatever the case may be, but I guess Lucky's revenge for
Mm.
stepping on the just stepping on the balls of Celtics.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Not even gonna lie. I mean,
He should have saved the fucking court before he just went out and showed violence. I guess at the end.
but I don't know what happens to that Nets team this season. In this off season, if they lose though, like something's got to give. Like you're not gonna be able
Nothing.
to have.
Yeah, keep
You're
the
not.
same squad, I guess.
No, I don't think they have enough money to pay that bench. They're gonna have to dismantle that bench and get an even cheaper bench than what they got.
They'll find a way. So it was just like it's just like championship or bust. That's why they just like spend all their money on X, Y, and Z in this one.
100%, 100% championship was like you traded half of your team to get one player, one guy. It's championship or bust.
And then he got a hammy injury.
Right, right.
And it's not in the foreseeable future. Unless y'all make the finals, he's not coming back.
Basically.
He could tough it out like AD if it can go to a game 7 and when the KD takes 2 minutes on that fucking injury he had.
I mean, he went down 6 seconds into game 1. No, I'm sorry, 47 seconds. 47 seconds game 1. Like it was. He was having a hamstring issue towards the end of the season. That's why he was out at the end. It's that same thing. It's got to be like there's something that makes sense.
Is this the thing where we don't feel sorry for injuries this season?
I mean, I don't really feel sorry for injuries unless it's my team. If I'm being real, but I mean, yeah, like I can't. You got to go who's on the available on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
I guess it is. That's what this playoff is going to be. It is what it is.
I mean, but it's definitely like 100% up in the air. Like I really at this point with Kyrie out and Harden out like this, I have no idea who's winning this championship. No idea. It's just
no say. I guess the Bucks get a I'm not gonna say a free trip because it's still KD on that team. So I mean, as long as Giannis can match KD and Middleton can just do what he does, then I guess it's a wrap right there.
Yeah, but like that means the Bucks play the Sixers, and I have no idea how that series goes. That could go either way. Either way.
It goes to perimeter shooting. So Bucks was the best 3-point team this season, right? So I mean, well, we'll see with that. I mean, if you get a healthy Danny Green back, then maybe. Or you still got Sarge on the team. Sarge can drop whatever he feels like it. You can shake Milton if he gets a fucking pep talk in the locker room. Maybe he could drop another 20. So the Sixers have a bench at the very least. So I think that's the overall factor of if it comes to a Sixers Bucks game.
I mean, when like the only way it doesn't happen is if at least one of the stars come back and play well, like for the Nets. And if those two are really hurt, then it's done. It is what it is. Like Kate is great of a player as KD is. He's not beating that Bucks team by himself.
I guess so. Over to the West. We already got a sweep there. So the Suns with the MVP. The Suns. Hey, was he really the MVP?
I mean, of the regular season, yeah. Of the was he going to take this team to the promised land? No, that's the best player has been consistently probably MVP. He's just been consistently dominating whoever he's been up against so far.
So, I mean, and we all know it was Devin Booker holding it down, but Chris Paul was just playing amazing this series. I think he had like 0 turnovers, game of 3, 0 turnovers, and like an absurd amount of assists. And just like last night, well, not last night, but game 4, just dropped like 35, 37, and just like, all right, this is it. Like, I can't feel sorry for you because you don't have Jamal Murray. I can't feel sorry for the Lakers because y'all ain't have AD. I was out. We already know what happened with him in the Rockets. We already know what happened with him in OKC. We already know what happened with him with the Clippers. So it's just like you can't feel sorry for the other team because this is Chris Paul's time. It's long overdue, and he wants to play 4 more years maybe.
If Chris Paul can legit stay healthy through this, I think it's gonna be tough to beat that team. It's gonna be tough to beat that team. Like the Clippers have the ability to do it. Utah have the ability to do it, but it's not gonna be easy. Not at all. But I'm enjoying watching Donovan Mitchell play. I hope he's healthy for that next game because he went out with that ankle.
So who do you enjoy more, Mitchell or Booker?
Mitchell, because Mitchell Mitchell he can do it every night. Like
I think they both
scoring
can
is
do it
so
every night.
easy. True, Murray can do it every night, but he doesn't. Like I think his highest scoring game, like this. Well, no, he had a big game. He had a 40-point game this season. But like other than that, he was dropping 16. Like he just gotta get right. Like he wasn't healthy at all this year, and that's why he's back down now. But yeah, he got to get right to prove to me that he's on the same level as Mitch. It's like I mean they did beat them last year, but Jokic had a big role in that too. Like Jokic dropped numbers.
With them getting swept, do you think it's just like a curse to get the regular season MVP because it doesn't when the last time it translated to
They
the playoffs, except for Steph. I think Steph was the only one to translate his MVP into a finals win.
yeah, but they didn't give him the Finals MVP for it. Like that still blows my mind. They gave it to fucking Iguodala because he held LeBron to 35. Like
Without the sweeping, because we all know it haven't done that. The MVP hasn't got swept since the '80s, but Giannis gets MVP. He goes down fairly quickly in the playoffs, and then it's happening to Jokic.
twice.
These MVP these regular season awards just doesn't seem
It
like
doesn't matter, right? Like
it doesn't hold any weight.
yeah, at the end of the day, the best team is gonna win, and an individual award like doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying?
You.
And
Like I
Gus
mean,
shows up in the building.
how you feeling, buddy?
What's going on here? How you doing?
You talking about these playoffs, but we can go back to the East. We talking about Sixers and Hawks, because they play in the night. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Sixers 3-1.
Mm,
I mean they have no answer
yeah.
to Embiid like that. They have an fairly equal starting five. Sixers have a deeper bench. And B can is just a walking 30, and then if Ben can hold Trey Young to 25, I don't think the Hawks have any chance really. Bogdanovich is a great player, and Gallinari is pretty good. I mean, Clint Capella can
Mm.
do what he can, but what's your thing on that?
It's just like one team can score, both teams can score, and one team can play defense. That's what it comes down to. They play better defense, and Trey Young, even though he's so good, he's still a liability on the floor. Even on defense, he's not that good. He ain't sticking nobody on defense.
Not a soul.
Right.
That's one thing that people don't understand. Yeah, that's the problem when it come to these great scorers. A lot of them can't do both. They only can do one.
Yeah, I mean,
So
who's the last who's the last great two-way player?
What you say?
Who's
LeBron,
the
I
last
guess.
great? Who's the last great two-way player? Kawhi, maybe.
That's playing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, I give it. I give
I mean,
it.
Embiid
Paul
is a
George,
two-way player.
And B.
huh? Huh?
I
Like,
would go
we're
with
just, we're
Embiid
just
with that.
naming, we're just
We
naming
got
good
like
two.
we got what we got. Oh!
If
You
if
said what the
Ben,
last?
if,
But and
if
that.
Ben, yeah, I was saying if Ben could score 20 a night, he'd be the best two-way player in the league.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean,
honestly.
he been scoring 18, so I guess he been scoring 18. So what we gonna say about that?
I don't know. Kawhi had what
18
32
is
last,
2 points
32
less
the other
than,
night.
and he ain't making foul shots.
Yeah,
Mm.
he is
You
not
know what I'm
making
saying? If he
a
ain't make
foul
foul
shot
shots,
at all.
he would get like he'd get like he'd average like 23 a game.
That's true. If he was hitting his foul shots, he would be over 20 points a game.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all know that this should have been a sweep right here. The Sixers should be a 3-0 to
Yeah,
close it out tonight. But hopefully it'll be 3-1. But
yeah.
that net situation is not looking too good.
Yeah. If I could make a meme on them, I would have 3 blind mice and make them look as handicapped as possible. Or that's how they saying. Like them niggas getting they old, man. That they really starting to show like they old.
But
Seriously.
they all got common things. It's just like KD quit on OKC, Harden quit on the Rockets, Kyrie quit on Boston, Blake quit on Detroit, and just
Mm-hmm.
try to do this power play, and then now everybody's now two of the best players are hurt.
And all
And then
them
Shit,
all
I
them injury
mean,
KD
prone
got to
we
but
do
need to
part.
hard.
take it back to Aldridge. Like, as soon as Aldridge goes to the bench, he finds out, oh, I have a fucking clot in my heart. And he has to retire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
They
then
got
Katie's slowly realizing he can't do it by himself.
and they all injury prone. Besides Harden is injured right
Yeah, this is the
now.
first
He
time
don't really
he
get
was
injured.
injured. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was weird. But I mean, it's accumulated
Well,
injury from doing all that scoring.
I I guess if you hanging around a bunch of injured people, you tend to all gonna
Caught the
get
bug.
injured, right?
You know what
Yeah,
they
injury
call it,
bug is
injury
just.
bug. The injury bug is real.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Yeah,
Giannis
man.
stop taking if Giannis stop taking so many fucking threes, it'll be an easy win for him. Because Giannis can match KD. They both walk in 30s, and then Middleton just got to carry the load at that point. And then
Right.
we go have Joe Harris and fucking Blake Griffin equal Chris Middleton.
So
I did
I I still give
Chris,
Chris Middleton an edge over him somewhat.
yeah, Chris Middleton had what 35 the other night.
Yeah.
So I mean, the most of Blake gonna give you maybe
Mm.
15 or to 20 maybe, and then we don't know what Joe Harris will give you
And
that night.
I mean, he played defense too though. So like he like probably the fifth or sixth two-way player in the league.
Who?
He like
Chris
the
Middleton?
sixth two-way player in it. Middleton. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
He
It's
played
like,
D too.
Yeah. And Drew Holiday played defense, so I mean they got and
right.
Giannis to play defense. They got a good defensive team. They kept what? They kept the Nets to like 80 something. So I
Right.
mean,
And that don't even
but,
make
but,
sense.
but the bad part is the Nets kept them to 80 something. So I mean,
Right,
it
right.
didn't really matter.
That's because like they shooting like shit. Like, how do you go from being the best shooting team to being the worst shooting team in the playoffs? It makes no sense to me. I don't
Stop
get it.
shooting threes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They scored like
No,
160
we
something.
had to
They
get
averaged like
we
210.
had to give it to him. We gotta give it to them. They won that was the one game they really won. The game they lost 83-86.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the game that they really lost. Like it came down to like the defense actually showed, but it's not like I said, man, it's not that. It's just Bucks is really like we know career wise, we just know Giannis is like if they play Giannis game, Giannis gonna get his little 30 a game. But if they ain't playing the Giannis game, Giannis gonna get 18 or 22. That's the real Giannis. Cause you gotta think about it. If his jump shot hitting, that nigga he gonna get like 40.
His jump shot
If
never
his
hit.
jump
Well,
shot,
not them threes. Them threes
we
ain't hit.
can't we can't really say that because we had some games and we see him making threes and all that though. Like this thing,
But
like
I'm saying,
he
in
attempt
in
them Jones.
in this series, he's 4 for 24 and from 3 point. Like, stop shooting. You don't have to do that. You don't have to shoot the three. And they let him do it. They let him just.
They want him to do it. They encourage it. They say, "Go shoot it, Giannis." It's like
Blake Griffin gave him all the space in the world to just shoot the three, and he just bites him. He just takes the bait every single time. You don't have to do that. You just besides fucking LeBron, he's like the best driver in the league. He got the Euro step, he got all that stuff, he got the power. He could just drive the lane and just get it every time.
Or just sit in the post and wait for somebody to feed it to him. Just go down there because you're so old. Nobody can stop you.
We can't really say send the post because he's not a post. He's not a post threat.
And they don't have no facilitator. They don't got no facilitator. Also, who's their facilitator at that point?
Yeah. They got Drew. Drew can facilitate.
It's supposed to be Drew. It's supposed to be Drew.
So Drew wearing 3 hats right now.
Yeah.
He got to defend, he got to facilitate, and he got to score.
But he can do it. Honestly,
that's basketball.
I guess. I mean, Kyrie not playing Game 5. We know that already.
You can't do it. You can't do it on a consistent basis, but he do it.
I put it like he will defend and facilitate every night. Yeah. The scoring is just off and on. It just depends.
You can only do what you ask, right?
Yeah.
And then basically we took it to the West, and the MVP got swept. Jokic got swept. He stole Cameron Payne with a fucking whatever the fuck he hit it with. Got roofed.
That still wasn't a flagrant two to me though, man. Like I would never call that a flagrant.
They said the wind up was the one that hit him. I mean he hit him, but he still had to sell it. So, I mean.
That was a flagrant one.
I think they kick people out of games and stuff like that because how the people interact with, like they feel like it's gonna be a trickle effect where it's gonna be like a danger to players. You know what I'm saying? So now next thing you know, he gonna get hurt, and then they try to hurt their next big player, who Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, they do stuff like that. This is a trickle effect basically. That's all it is. You trying to hurt my player? Let me hurt yours.
But we got the players tweeting about it. They said John Morant, like the league is soft. I'm not saying all that, but it's just like you want to like y'all wouldn't last in the '80s when niggas was just getting like body slammed in the lane and uppercutted and all this extra shit. Just like,
but we can't even talk about that right now because. But we can't talk about that right now because that's how it is right now.
Is it soft or is it modernized?
It's clean. It's clean. Put it like that. It's clean. The league is very clean right now.
Except
ain't got no dirt in it at all. Besides, only dirty people that's in the league is people like PJ Tucker. Is only certain people that's just dirty, but they really not. They really like. They borderline not dirty.
Well, KD got special.
The dirt just switched how it is though, because like before, it was people fouling to be dirty. Now people flop, flopping everything. You walk past somebody the wrong way, they flop and drop on the ground to get a flagrant. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
more. So it's more acting now than anything. So it's part of it. You gotta sell it.
Basically.
I mean,
Yeah, so the league. I mean, the league is what it's. I mean, like it's definitely more cleaner than it has been in
Oh yeah.
years. That's why I would say it's more clean.
You can't have a Bill Lambier. You
Mm.
can't have a
They,
Bad Boy Piston playing. You can't have a Bad
No,
Boy
no,
Piston
hell
team
no,
playing right
no.
now.
Mhm.
yeah. So
So
basically, you gotta have a haircut before you play in this game. That's
No,
basically
you
the
don't.
best way to say it. You gotta have a
Now
haircut
you
before you
seen
play the
these
game.
niggas out here, boy.
you gotta get tapered.
They have you everywhere.
Uh,
It's not a haircut league no more. You see Jimmy Butler?
No, 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 no. I'm not
I
saying.
know.
I'm
I get
not
what you
saying it
mean. Though. I
like
get what you mean.
really
I'm just
like.
being goofy.
No,
Yeah.
as far as like they trying to clean it up. Yeah, they trying to clean it
Yeah,
up. You know what I mean?
it's a
You know.
tapered league.
Mhm.
Clean me up.
Mm,
I
Like,
feel about the
yeah,
Suns. I feel about the Suns with the
yeah.
sleep.
I kind of see
Oh
that
yeah. I
too.
mean, like you see, like I said, man, it's not look
The
good. It's kind of
CP
look good for my cousin. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing, man, with that team.
and then CP3 finally
Yeah,
is somewhere.
yeah. He not hurt.
Yeah.
That's all he said. But look, it's not over yet. Let's just chill. Cause it's not over yet. Cause you never know how he is, man. He's on injury prone ball, so.
Now, he could chill for a while, but it's still Jazz and Clippers. It's two up.
Mm,
I was watching Game 4, and Paul George couldn't miss. He was just doing
mm,
everything to him, and then Kawhi just came through, just like, yeah, I'm gonna do a quiet 30, and just like
Wait, no, it's not 2-up. It's
mm.
2-1. But that was game
2-1.
3. Yeah,
All right,
game 3.
Game 3. All right, so the game I watched, then Paul George did a quiet 30, and then Paul George just couldn't miss.
Yeah. Paul
And I was
George
just
snapped.
like,
Mm.
He looked
Yeah, he
like,
back.
as he called him,
He
playoff
back.
P. Finally. So
No,
Playoff P
he
is back.
no. He look like yeah. Playoff paces. Like you
yeah,
said, yeah. That's what you mean. Playoff paces on P.
yeah.
The paces P. That's what he look like.
Except he shoot
He don't
way
look like
better than he did on the Pacers.
yeah.
That nigga got a torch.
Yeah.
Torch.
When he was with the Pacers, he was like Kobe for real. I'm trying to tell you, like this dude was like Kobe playing. He was like the East Coast Kobe.
But
Watching him play
he
that
couldn't
Heat
miss
team was
Saturday.
nasty.
He could not miss
Mm.
Saturday. He just doing everything, and then Kawhi just had a quiet 32, and just like, all right, well, I guess that's a wrap. And then you'll see what
Mm.
you guys see how Donovan Mitchell come back on that.
I
Yeah.
just hope he's good because it's another ankle injury. That's what kicked him out at the end of the season too. So I'm just hoping he's okay and he can come out and ball because and I would love to see them win this series. Like I still got the Clippers taking it personally, but I would love to see the Jazz win this series. I want to see Mitch versus Book. Like I want to see that
Is it
bad.
2-2 yet?
If Clippers can win
Is it
tonight, it'd
2-2
be
yet?
2-2.
Or
If
2-1?
it's 2-1,
If Clippers win tonight 2-2, then Clippers I got Clippers doing it. But I still got Utah taking it though.
I
Cause
hope they do.
they
I
really
want
ain't
to
got
see.
nobody to
I
stick.
want to see D Mitch
They don't
versus.
they don't
Yeah,
got nobody to stick Donovan Mitchell. You hear me?
facts.
They ain't got
Nobody
nobody sticking
can
Donovan
stick
Mitchell,
him.
man.
Nobody can do it. Like they threw everything that they could at this man. Double
Why?
team, triple
But
teams.
who would
Didn't
have
matter.
think? Who would have think? But who would have think that team of all teams would be the team that can't stick guards right now? No.
Right, exactly. You
What's
have
up
the
with that?
two
Right.
best perimeter defenders.
But there was doubling him every possession. It's like I seen him get triple the couple possessions.
Didn't matter. He was either scoring or passing it. There was nothing you could do with him. He was looking like the all-time great right there. Like the kid
Yeah.
is good. He's
I
good.
know Shaq watching him right now. Because if he can pull out this series, Shaq gonna be like, I called him out. You see how he
Mm-hmm.
came up to the plate. I called him out. And then a lot of people didn't realize what Shaq was doing. I realized what Shaq was doing because though I'm from the back in the day like era. I knew what Shaq was doing. He calling him out like he putting that in him. Like, yo, you ain't nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You got to
It is,
show it.
it was motivation. We all know that.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. But a
It
lot
was
of people
just
didn't
I would have
because
did
that's how
that.
soft. That's
That
how
way.
soft this league is, though.
but it was his response was like, all right, I'm gonna show you.
And he's showing it. He's showing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like it's nothing new. I've been getting told that my whole career, so I'm gonna show you.
Mm-hmm.
So he just gotta do what he gotta do. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I gotta recant something I said the other night when I was doing the thing with Charlie, the NBA recap or whatever. But I said that I put Jason Tatum over Donovan Mitchell, and I have to take that back. I gotta take that back. I gotta take that back.
Mm-hmm.
In the regular season, you take him?
Yeah, in the regular season, but yeah, Donovan Mitchell he's a different breed. That guy's he's a superstar. He's legit a superstar.
You gotta understand that if he was on Utah, it'd be a different ball game.
Is he the best Utah player ever?
Tatum play a little bit more better D than him. You gotta think about it from that. But Tatum is unguardable too. You can't really guard Tatum, bro. You can't guard Tatum. Listen, Tatum was on Utah. This team, they definitely going to the chip.
Tatum got that kill.
He got that kill in him. Tatum got that kill in him. Yeah, he definitely do. I gave him that.
He got that Kobe train. He got that killer
Tatum
instinct.
will literally kill you. He will kill you if you let him.
Yeah, he's talented.
So my question was, I mean, is Chris Paul top 5 point guard all the time?
Who?
Chris Paul.
Once he won, if he won the chip,
I'm talking right now. Right now, is he top 5?
Right now, I don't know.
I'm sorry to say it. Right now, he's not.
Is he top 10?
If he win the chip, he might be number 1, number 2.
Is he top 10
point guard?
He's definitely top 10. Definitely top 10.
He got to be top 10. He got to be. He's one of the ones that won MVP and everything already. Like, listen, I got him better than Nash, and I don't even know why people got Nash higher than him.
All right, so where do you rank Chris Paul at in top
10? I can't go no less than 6 or 5. Probably 6.
Okay,
6.
So I'm thinking 6 or 7.
Okay, so let's just get number 1 out the way. Magic Johnson, obviously number 1, right?
Yeah, if they go by the position, if they go by the position, or they go by him playing what? Dennis small forward for how many years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we want to say. He played small forward for years too.
True. I mean, he played the center in the game.
Go by, huh?
He said, yeah, he played center in the game when Kareem got hurt, and they won.
That's not the reason why I said that though. It's the reason why I said that because, like I said, man, they just for people like that, they make position lists for. You know what I'm saying?
And that,
you know what I'm saying? That's just like I keep telling you, That's why I keep telling you I'm not. Curry is not no point guard to me. So that's why I better stop saying he's point guard.
That's why I said when who's the last traditional point guard in that? Well, I said after Chris Paul is done.
It was Chris Paul.
Who's the last? Well, no. My question was when Chris Paul retires, who's the last traditional point guard? So that's why I said that.
I just said Ja Morant. I said Ja Morant, right?
Ja is not a pass first guy. Like, he's got to score. He's about to dunk on somebody every time.
No. He's gonna beat you. He penetrates. That's where the point guard coming at. Penetrate. They penetrate, then they pass it. That he do that every night. It's just that he just so happen that he jumps high enough that he can dunk on people. So when you think about if you're a point guard, if Chris Paul can dunk on people, you'll see Chris Paul dunk on a lot of people rather than passing the ball because it's easy points. Dunks is easy points. You know what I'm saying?
So we obviously we got Magic one. So where John Stockton come in at?
2.
Stockton's my number. He's
I got
like
my number
He's
2.
so the
I'm going
obvious
2.
two. Okay,
I got him
Oscar
like
Robertson.
3. Oscar Robertson. That's my.
It's not a point guard. I keep that's the shit I'm trying to tell people. Like them dudes is not point guards. They're not points. They forwards, man.
But they do the job with the point. Like Oscar Robertson did play like a traditional
I'm
point.
going with the position they put him at, and they
All
put
right,
him at.
all right. Can I ask you something? Can we do this like this one time? Just for me, right?
Okay,
Who
go
do the
ahead.
dudes stick on defense? Who do they stick on defense? That's what it is, all right? Now answer that question.
I mean, if you're going by that standard, then
Magic,
Curry is 100% a point guard.
Magic John. If we go by that, but we already said that a point guard doesn't shoot as much. Am I correct?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
so
by that
like,
standard, like, who they defend.
Traditional point guard. They see this one.
But he can't stick. Look, just as well as you're a point guard, you're just because he's a scorer, he's a liability at playing any point guard because he can't stick to point guards. Am I correct? When did he ever been best defensive player? When did he ever the best defensive player?
I mean,
this is what I'm trying to tell you, right?
He was a steal leader, what, like 3-4 times in his career?
And we realistically saying best point guard, we gotta go back at it. We gotta say Bron number 2 then. Y'all want to really do this stuff.
Who?
We gotta say Bron number 2.
Was he ever a point guard?
We gotta say Bron number 2. What? He came in the league as a point guard.
And then what?
Look at that.
Okay, was he? What I'm saying is, he's been playing what 17 years. But he didn't stay on that position more than his career.
Every forward. He stick every forward. He never stick the point guard. He stick every forward.
So he's positionless, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this is more complicated.
So you got to it is. I'm saying that shit is complicated, bro. That shit is. I can't really say who really a point guard because first my example is Curry, bro. Because when I say Curry, they were like, I see exactly what you talking about, Gus. I said Curry is not a point guard tradition.
So what? He's a shooting guard, right? He's a 2, right?
He's a 2. But the way the big game is played, he is a 2.
I guess we gonna call him a 2. He really too small. He like a small to be a 2, right? He too small to be a 2. Just like they said, I Iverson is another person. I Iverson, he's not a point guard. but he's too small.
He was always a 2.
Like I said, we have all right. Listen, the league got 6. The all time should be 6 positions. He should be called. They should be going by a scoring guard. Who is the scoring guard? Or we can say who is point forwards. You gotta go. Point forward is a real thing because Magic Johnson will be the best point forward all time.
That's why he's at 1 now. And then we got John Stockton at 2 to be in the actual point guard.
He should be number 1 if we go by actually point guard. But then again, we can't even get him number 1 because you gotta think about Isaiah Thomas is way better than him.
All right, so that's what I was getting at. I was naming them down. But we put Isaiah at 2, and then John Stockton.
And we go. All right. We just gonna do point guard. So what is this? Curry and them is not in this. We gonna go point guard. Best point guard all time is Russell Westbrook. Let's start it off like that. He is a point guard.
But he has
a point guard, but best all time.
What accolades does he have besides the triple doubles?
What accolades he got?
Besides the triple doubles, what does he have?
His bar is maximized all the time. He's what you call a special player at that position. Point guard. He's the real point guard. For real. He get you 20, he get you 10 or 15 assists, and he get you some rebounds, which that don't even count.
So he's the best.
Point guards don't really get you rebounds.
So he's the best all time.
He's the top. He's the top echelon at point guard. If you really want to be technical. He gets you the assists and he gets you points.
But the thing about Russ, like his decision making is questionable. Like that's the reason why he loses because like sometimes
his defense And he's the best defender out of them, our point guards of all. Who defend better than none?
Magic,
At
Ben
point
Simmons,
guard, Beverly. But no
Ben
point.
Simmons.
Listen to me.
Beverly's a bench player
Listen.
right now.
Hey, listen.
Use him.
Oh, you messing up again, bro. We just said that. You can't say people that's not forwards or anything. We just saying point guard. Your man is 6'5", bro. He's a point guard. The highest point guard really been is like the most you might see maybe 6'7", but the average point guard is 6'5" to like 6'2". 6 foot.
And what? And Chris
You
Paul?
don't really
What?
get small point guards no more in the league no more.
Chris Paul was
Chris Paul
6'4"?
He's 6 foot,
No,
right?
he's 6 feet. Even. Let.
Yeah, he's 6 foot. Yeah, he's not 6 foot. So
Alright,
this
Trae Young shorter than that, though, right?
I told we can't. Ben Simmons,
I said Trae Young probably shorter than that. I think he like 5'11". They list him as 6 feet, but he's like 5'11", 5'2".
Yeah, you know they do nigga sizes like because we know realistically.
So all in all, with the 3 straight seasons averaging a triple double, Russell Westbrook is the best point guard.
By far.
And then so that further busts down Chris Paul.
Position, he's 6'5". Huh?
So we still have to have Chris Paul in a 5 or 6 range.
But that's what I said. If Chris Paul win it, he's gonna be strongly too.
He can be strongly 1 or 2 at that point.
He can't be 1 when you got a nigga like Westbrook, bro.
Westbrook ain't got no chip, so I mean
that doesn't mean it's his fault though, bro.
Hey,
that's not his fault. That's not his fault. He don't got no chip.
We're going by that.
And look, listen. This is all topic, but y'all gonna feel what I'm saying though. Could KD really win a chip with just 1 or 2 people, or he only can win with two others?
Listen, all right. So I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. If with basketball, right, they highly, unless you're just like an all-time great, unless you're like Charles Barkley or Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, they're going to keep you in that upper echelon and not win a chip, and just like Allen Iverson. So you're in that cloth in that upper echelon, and it has to be something. It has to be something enormous to keep you in that status without winning a championship, without winning an MVP, or something along those lines, right? And I ain't bringing it up with football. I guess it's more lax because Dan Marino's still top 10 without winning nothing. But he has throwing records, but he doesn't have a championship. But he's still in that top 10 range.
Yeah, but what's the name? Oh yeah. Because you gotta think about it. The best Dan Marino is Peyton Manning.
And
that's the best Dan Marino.
He's arguably top 3, top 4. You can put him in 5.
And he won 2 chips, right?
Yeah. He got one with the Broncos, and he got one with the one with the Colts.
But you know that was a stigma because you notice that.
I know, but as long as this league goes on, Dan Marino will still be a name because he with no chips, no nothing. And then Jim Kelly went there 4 times, and nobody gives a fuck.
That's just like McNabb, bro. I keep telling y'all, they do the McNabb the same way. He can't tell me that he shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. Nobody can argue McNabb shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. He's the best black quarterback all time to me. Best black quarterback.
Over Vic?
Vic don't got the stats, bro. He just got running stats. He don't got the quarterback stats.
On tape, they're going to say Vic. Like, listen when I say this.
McNabb was a win. McNabb was way better than Vic, bro.
No, you gotta listen to me. On tape, what they can see on tape, when you don't got when you see somebody score a touchdown, you see him just score a touchdown, and then you see afterwards the yardage or whatever the case may be. Vic was just more electrifying on tape, with no numbers added to it. It just Vic 04 Vic was just electrifying. So he's gonna get the notoriety over McNabb, which is looking wise. Just looking the eye test. Right, and
Yeah, yeah.
that will sway people's
We,
opinion. But it's the
we
eye
would
test.
say, well, in our case, we would say popularity, Cam. We just go by that.
Yeah, I mean,
He's gonna win. He's gonna win the popularity vote. But for real, when it comes down to quarterback, he's not even top 10. He's not even
and
top
then
20 when it comes to
and that
quarterback.
translates to basketball too with the eye test. It's just like, oh, he did this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third. But it's just like, all right. But
And
I
plus the
think
way how
basketball.
the and plus the way how the
Oh, go ahead.
league is right now, how we saying talking about how we talking about Curry. You gonna say how Curry he passing the eye test by hitting threes. This is a three league, so if he hitting threes, y'all going past that. Okay.
I
This
mean,
dude is a point guard, right? Point guards don't shoot threes like
Allegedly, allegedly a point guard.
that. Point guard is the one that gives everybody the ball. But that's why I said this league is positionless now. When we knew that once the All-Star game changed, when you calling everybody forwards and not centers no more.
yeah, because I mean, if we
You know what I'm
being
saying?
real, the way that they play, the style of play, the point guard on that Warriors team is Draymond. Like that's who is dribbling the ball up and distributing it to whoever it needs to go to. Draymond's the point guard on that team. Steph is the two guard.
And then that furthers my point. I was like, who's the last traditional point guard when Chris Paul is done?
I don't think there is one. I really don't. I guess the closest would be Trey, just because he does
Well,
well
we got
against
John
upside the
Morant.
ball.
We got John Morant, Trey, LaMelo.
Oh, LaMelo, yeah, I almost forgot about
Well,
LaMelo, but I mean he's 6'8".
Westbrook.
He's
Westbrook.
6'8".
Lonzo.
Lonzo,
Lonzo,
Lonzo Ball
he's
for
still
real,
in
for
this
real.
league.
yeah, Lonzo. Yeah, definitely Lonzo.
Depending on what team he goes to, you know.
Right. I hope he goes somewhere where he could be like legit the playmaker for that team. Like I don't know why they taking the ball out of his hands to put it into Zion's more. It's like, bro, just Zion is the fastest, highest jumping thing ever. Just let
Zion's
oops.
Zion's going to be the league in a couple of years.
Yeah.
No, I can't even say that because what's the name balling right now? What's the name is balling right now, man?
Luka?
All right, so
Ball for the Mavs. He's the league.
yeah, Luka. I'll switch
Yeah,
this question. When LeBron said and done,
yeah. Luka.
who's going to take his place?
Basically, Luka's like the next Jordan.
Yeah.
Huh?
So Luka's going to be the next LeBron. He's just going to be the face of the league.
That?
I'm saying when LeBron said and
Man, Luka
done,
gonna be the next
he's
Jordan.
going to be.
Yeah, like the way it's looking and the energy behind Luka and all his accolades.
Luka gonna be like the next. It's gonna
unless somebody
it's
just
gonna be
explode
up
onto
to
the scene
somebody
next
like
season or
Donovan
something.
Mitchell to become that.
But they all
That's
in
Donovan
small
Mitchell.
markets.
If Donovan Mitchell gonna really be this boy to get 40 a game? Is he really gonna be the
Utah,
boy to get 40 a game? If Donovan be that boy to get 40 a game, bro, it's over. He gonna be the man
Utah,
of the league.
but LeBron was special because he made Cleveland a big market for how long he was in it. Then he made. I mean, Miami's already a big market. And LA. I mean, he went back to Cleveland, and then he already made it what it was. But and then he already went to LA. LA's a big market. Utah's a small market. Game with Portland, that's a small market. You know, you basically just gotta be with like New York or Steph made Golden State a big market, even though it's still in California, but it's still in like San Francisco-ish, San Diego-ish. Just like how the Chargers is just like a small market because it's the L.A. Rams, you know, because they got the big name. They had to switch up and beat the L.A. Chargers again, but San Diego was a small market, you know, until they made the L.A. Chargers, and then it's like, but it was the L.A. Rams after it was St. Louis, and they made them a big market. But I don't know. They're not gonna be the LA Warriors to be a bigger market. So it is what it is. So I don't know. Like the other big players are in small markets. Giannis is in Milwaukee. That's not a big market. So just like fucking Julius Randle could be the face of the league if they fucking wanted to. I was saying New York's still the fucking biggest fucking market. However, it's still for that, but
now,
I guess
if Zion goes to New York, he will.
If Zion goes to New York, it's a wrap. He is the face.
New York is a New York is the biggest market, allegedly the biggest market. I probably would say Chicago
Hey,
probably the biggest market right now, for real.
for what? Jordan?
It's like we was big in the '90s. Like you talking about the '90s? Hell yeah, biggest market. Period.
Yeah.
No.
Chicago.
No.
Let's think
You
about
still
it.
got
Think about it. We can go. Look. Let's think about it like this. We can go. Look. The three key things is we can get traveling wise. Probably is up there. Food and shopping. If you get all three of them in one joint, that's what you call
that's New
consider the
York.
best market.
That's still New
You
York
get
at the
all
end of
three
the
of
day.
them. That's what
And
New York was
Lakers
on.
are the second
But
biggest market.
not over
You know.
Chicago. Not over
You
Chicago
gotta
right now.
you gotta understand Chicago's
Yeah,
in
we know
fucking.
that. You
You gotta understand
get
Chicago.
sushi. You get sushi out Cali.
You still gotta understand Chicago is still in Illinois. So nobody know what the fuck Illinois is. It's just, you probably think Chicago's a fucking state for all that.
Oh,
It might as well be.
yeah,
It's in fucking
yeah,
Illinois.
yeah. They definitely should have named the state Chicago.
Brandon.
I don't even think nobody know the state of Chicago.
That's what I'm
nobody know that.
saying. You from Philly? No, I mean you from Pennsylvania? No, I'm from Philly. It's same
You're
thing
saying you're
here.
from Illinois? No, I'm from Chicago.
No.
You know, the funniest thing is somebody ever said to me, he said, "Dog, I'm from Boise, dog." I'm like, I know. I'm from Boise, dog.
Boise.
That'll be funny. That'll be funny.
But this state's make a big purpose because technically if fucking Pittsburgh wins, we should be happy, right? Just because Pennsylvania won, right? At the end of the fucking day.
It can.
On the bigger
like this, Cam,
scale.
Right? Like this. If y'all do start traveling like how I be traveling is going places, y'all be a different judge of who the biggest city or not. I'm in Houston, right? Houston parties 7 days a week. That's what they Sunday call Sunday Fun Day. How? When does Sundays ever be a place where we party on Sunday?
That's a day of rest.
They party 7 days a week out here. Yo, they party 7 days a week out here, bro. Everybody got business out here.
There's a different
money out here. Yeah, we see. Listen, the people we looking at it like we how we go. We look at white people. Say white people got money. Listen, we see a lot of white people with money. No, it's different in Houston. Houston got them. It's black people that got money out here. It's besides Atlanta. This might be the number one far as black people having shit. I'm telling you,
we know
this shit crazy. How these black people out here.
It's not promoted. You know, it's not promoted like that. It's more Houston is like more in house. You know what I mean? So it's just like Atlanta's just like black people just go to Atlanta to fix all their problems. So it's just like
everybody leave their city to go to Atlanta, basically.
Right.
So Otis got a route, so you know, I can go cut the stream.
No, Brandon's in the background. Y'all keep it going.
All right, bro.
I mean, you want to keep it going, Gus? You want to wrap it up?
Before I go, I do gotta. I got my computer finally, so I'm gonna try to set up a Monster and Rise stream sometime this week if y'all trying to play.
If niggas just being farmers, and now we got to figure that out. But yeah, we can set something up. We got to do a little test here and there.
All right, we on it. We definitely on it.
Try to slide out.
We get a new update soon, Ken?
We only get DLC. Nothing too crazy.
All right.
I don't think it's any new monsters and nothing, but probably like a couple like outfits or something like that. A couple things like event quests maybe.
Oh.
What else? Anything else you want to rap about? You want to rap about football? You want to rap about basketball? What you got?
Oh, basketball. You just. I strongly think Six is definitely going to the chip, man. People ain't talking about it, but Sixers is definitely going to the chip.
So you got Sixers Suns?
No, it'd probably be Sixers in Utah.
So you think the match of the decade is Mitchell versus Booker, pretty much.
Huh? No,
It's,
no. Mitchell versus Ben Simmons.
I'm
You
just
know
saying
they
for the
got issues.
Western Conference Finals.
Oh, oh
See,
yeah,
I was trying to
yeah,
stay in the background and be
There you
cool,
go. Here you go.
and then y'all in here talking about nut shit like the team that we beat 3 times in a row this year is gonna come and knock us off in the playoffs. Like, come on,
Why
man,
why
it's gonna be
why
the
would you why would
Suns.
you why would you come why would you come with that energy though? Why would you come with
I
that
was trying to
energy?
chill. I was trying to chill,
yeah.
and y'all in,
It's not.
y'all in
It's
here
not.
talking.
Listen, it's not a fact. It's just my opinion. My opinion is the fact that if Donovan Mitchell keep playing the way he playing, and they got defense, it's gonna be hard for y'all to beat them because y'all be too small for them.
It's funny that you say that because the way that the Jazz play defense works perfectly for our offense because all they do on pick and roll defense is they drop coverage. That means Rudy Gobert stands underneath the rim. We don't go to the rim. We pull up at 8 feet. So it makes him not the defensive anchor that he is when everybody else like Kawhi and Paul George are trying to get to the rim. We pulling up to where he's no longer effective. So that's why we beat their ass 3 times this year, and none of those games were really close.
Yeah, but this playoffs though is different, man. Let me tell
Oh
you, like
yes, it is
we can't
playoffs.
talk about the season shit. I don't want to talk about that season shit because season shit don't even matter no more. This
Have
playoff, you
you
know,
seen
niggas,
what
everybody
the
they
Suns
try
been
harder.
doing? Have you
No,
seen what the Suns
it's
been doing?
beautiful. They doing what they supposed to do. Yeah, it's beautiful. They doing what they supposed to do as of right now. But like I said, if I just said prediction, I think the rivalry that they probably want to see this like this, right? If it's playing realistically how this shit gonna go, it's gonna be the Nets and Suns. That's what it's supposed to be, the Nets and Suns. It's supposed to be. But if it
Supposedly.
don't turn out the way it's supposed to be, I think that Utah and Philly matchup is more presentable that people want to see. Because
I mean,
you got Donovan Mitchell going up against Ben Simmons, who Ben Simmons is the person that beat it for Rookie of the Year, and they still go at it. And Ben Simmons scored 40 on them easily, hitting jump shots and everything against them. Remember?
yep.
The fuck, like, you know what I mean? He was hitting jump shots and everything against them. But he wouldn't do that to nobody else. But them, he did it. Ain't putting numbers on Gobert. He put up 40 on Gobert. So you get what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, that's more. We talking about marketable pieces. Like we know Devin Booker and what's his name. We want Chris Paul to get his ring. I want him to do, but if in the perfect synopsis, it's gonna be Chris Paul. It's gonna be the Nets versus them. That's like if it's
Well,
perfect. That's what it's gonna be.
we in this fucking alternate universe. So somebody fucked up the
Yeah,
timeline, moved the table, and
Facts.
yeah, yeah,
fucking Kyrie got hurt, and then it's like uh the Clippers can't get
yeah,
right. Well, they got right the Saturday night, but it's just
Yeah, they
like
did.
they I
yeah.
don't know. It could be Ty Lue. It could be whatever. It's a
Well,
It's
number
their
one.
it's
stars.
crazy. Why is always somebody getting hurt? You know what I mean? Why is always somebody getting hurt for Clippers to be doing something? That's what I'm saying. You see that? Clippers was fucking. They was a dead fish in the water mass. Fucking nobody else want to show up and score. Only one was scoring was Luca. Luca playing like he Rambo. He playing like he Rambo going up against the whole fucking army. And he pouring out, but it just ain't enough. You got two premier fucking scorers that can put up 30 in any given night. It's just not
and
enough.
then they just switch up every game. It's just like Pat Bev now he's coming off the bench
Yeah.
for and
So,
it's
So
just
Brandon, how you feel about this, Brandon? Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How you feel about this, Brandon? This how I feel, right? Everybody keep talking about KD as this player, right? Like they say he's second or best in the world, right? Which I
Yeah.
really don't think. I probably give him fourth. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because you ever notice that when he won a chip, he always had it's always been 3 stars on his team, including himself. So it's always been 3 stars. When LeBron won chips, it been 1 or 2 stars. It been 2 stars.
I mean,
We have to admit.
I'm with you on that one a little bit, to be honest with you, because like his whole like he tried to make it sound like him going to Golden State was like he was helping out an underdog. You know, like that whole statement was like wild to me. Like, bro, they won the most games regular season almost all time. Like they tied up. Like, what do you mean that
Yeah, yeah,
they
And they
were the
won
yeah.
without you.
underdogs? Yeah, and they won with they ain't underdogs. They're a squad. You just so happened to come and yeah, you were great for them, played great
But
for them, and
but
with them.
that so if we count LeBron, then you only had to count Cleveland LeBron. It wasn't any Miami LeBron because he got
Clean.
D-Wade,
You can
Chris
say
Bosh,
you
he
can
had
you can no
Ray
you
Allen.
can no you can say Miami too.
That's
You wanna know
wild.
why? Because Chris Bosh was not the same Chris Bosh that we knew in Toronto. He was
They
not.
call you if they call you a big three, who's the third person?
They
Yeah,
because of his name already, bro. They listen, you
They had a
Brandon,
whole
tell him
I'm
that
not happy.
he wasn't the
this
Chris Bosh that we knew
They
in
had a whole
Toronto,
press
bro.
conference saying that's the big three. Like what are we lying
this
about?
No.
this
The
is
only big three, the
hold
only
up.
two big three was Boston, bro. That was the only two big three. That was the only two big three, Boston. That was the only two
And then,
big
and
This
then,
is
three. Be
my take
really.
on that. This is my take on that. So if the thing that makes me like give more credit to LeBron is that yes, he had good players that were getting paid around him, which made their benches terrible, and he carried. He would play with that bench and carry that bench. He was carrying teams. Kevin Durant ain't never carried no
Mm.
team through a playoff run.
well, I'm saying
Russell Westbrook carried them when he was with the Thunder. No, he shouldn't have been, and that's why that team broke up. But
what I'm saying
Russell was carrying.
with with the Miami team, you got Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Mario Chalmers. We're not counting Mario Chalmers. I'm just naming people. Ray
Chris Bosh
Allen.
wasn't even in the top
Why was he
five
on?
centers.
Why was he on the
Like
fucking stage then? Why
Yo,
have him on the fucking
why,
stage?
because
Ray
it was a
Allen,
really good pickup. That's it. It was
Ray
a
Allen didn't
really good
suck,
Crazy
pickup.
bro.
talk.
Ray Allen didn't
I didn't
suck,
say
bro.
I didn't. I'm not saying. I'm just naming people on the Heat. But he saved his life. We all know Ray Allen saved his fucking legacy for that one right there.
Honestly,
But
the
so
player
hold on.
that nobody ever remembers, the player that nobody ever remembers for the Heat is Shane Battier. He was one of the biggest pieces. He was like Andre Iguodala for the Warriors. He was coming out there
Don't
and
forget.
he was locking up the best
Don't,
defender on every team because LeBron needed the offense.
all right.
Mm.
So if we're taking away this Heat big three because it wasn't a thing allegedly, so we're talking Boston and then what? Golden State. That's the next victory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not counting them with not
What?
Green. The big three would be
Yeah.
yeah, no, that would be
No, not Green. But
KD.
KD, Steph, and
Yeah,
Clay.
yes, that was a
So
big
Ball.
three.
So
That was
he.
a huge three.
So
They all can put
Miami's
up
not a big
30.
three. Miami's not a big three.
No.
That's
Nah,
why they
Chris Paul
presented it.
was no, I mean, what's his name? Chris Bosh wasn't that person that like I said, bro, you got to understand. If Chris Bosh would have got his 25 and 10 like he been was getting, they would have won easily. Easily. They'd have won the first time they played Dallas. Come on, easily. He was not
hot
that
take.
person. He come there, he averaging 16. How you come there averaging 16? You never was that person to average 16. You come there averaging 16 for them, bro.
Is
He
it
made the All Star because of his name. He probably was
also
he,
anybody can make an all
he
star
probably
because
the
they
only
mean. I mean, I know
the
that.
only power four in the league. He probably the only power four. He was probably the only power four in the league for years.
So
Think about it.
hold on. I did want to ask this. Is the 2011 Max is the 2011 Mavericks team the best team to win the best, I guess, what, underdog team to win?
What?
Yeah, that team was serious. People forget about how serious that team was. Like that was when Jason Kidd, like almost out of nowhere, just became a deadly 43% 3-point shooter. Uh, Sean Marion was out there still giving the lock up to cats. Tyson Chandler protecting the rim, rebounding, and then Dirk killing them with the scoring. Like that was a squad. Like that
And
was
Jason
a
Terry
real
was on
sweet
there, right?
team.
Yeah,
Yep, and
this is
Jason
too.
Terry, Scary Terry off the bench, putting in work. Yeah, that was a squad.
4-2, 4-2. Portland swept Kobe.
Yep.
Put work in the next one, and then got rid of LeBron in the final.
The second best player they had on the team, he couldn't keep his head together, was fucking Josh Howard. Remember? He was the fucking man for them. They got rid of him, and look, they won the chip the following year.
He just couldn't get it together.
Yep. Josh Howard was the fucking man for them. Yeah.
So Brandon, we trying to figure out this Chris Paul situation. Chris Paul top 5 point guard right now. No championship, no nothing. Just where he's at right now. Is he top 5 point guard?
Non-positionless player. Non-positionless player. Nine.
You said top
Gus.
5 player or top 5
Point guard.
Yeah, point guard. Okay, yeah. Top 5 point guard. I mean, let's think about who would be for sure in front of him. For sure, Magic.
Right.
For
you keep
sure.
talking about this Magic dude. Magic is not a point guard.
We just said. Gus doesn't want point forwards or shooting forwards. He just wants traditional point guards. But
that's nice, but Magic ran point. Like he didn't run down. He always got up the
6'9"
ball.
point. He ran point. All right, so Magic's one. We already said that.
Yeah, Magic's one. To me, and people can come fight me if they want to. John Stockton is the second best point guard all time. Like everybody be forgetting
that's
about
not
the
arguable.
little white boy. Yeah, I mean,
no, we not. That's not arguable. We ain't gonna negotiate.
So who's 3 at that point?
3 usually goes to one of the old heads, like the young boy Isaiah Thomas is usually up in that conversation. I think that Jason Kidd belongs up there in that conversation. And when I start thinking about those guys, like I put him in over Isaiah Thomas. He's a better player.
He said Jason Kidd. He said Jason Kidd
in the top 5.
Jason Kidd got a ring. I mean, never mind. I'm not gonna say no ring talk.
A real point guard, yes. Not positionless players, yes. But when it comes to a real point guard, yes. Not positionless point guards. We talking about point guards. Yes, he's there. But when it comes to this,
so Jason
you talking about Magic?
Jason Kidd's a traditional point guard, right?
He's not. He always been a point guard. He's not that in this joint he talking about right now. He's not. No, it's not top 5.
This is why I like football. You are what you are.
see, you know what I'm saying? We talking about Magic. He said Magic number 1. Magic is not a fucking point guard. That's what people got.
Magic's a facilitator, right?
He didn't stick point guards. He didn't stick point guards, bro.
Being 6'9" doesn't make you not guard, my guy. Being just doesn't mean you're a forward. Doesn't. You're just quantifying him as a forward because
he did not stick no point guard, bro.
He was a
he
point
did
guard.
Not stick point guards.
That's because he was
point guards, bro.
That's because he was so good defender.
We're not talking about that. You can't make excuse for that.
He didn't need to stick. Why would you put him on a point guard when you can have him you best wing?
Yo. That's why I said Westbrook is the best point guard, bro. You see what I'm talking about? Westbrook is a point guard that stick point guards and locks him down. He's top 5 defender at point every year. At point, I'm not gonna argue that. He's the best point guard every year.
One of them for sure. But his he don't do nothing. He don't get his team nowhere in the playoffs. So that hurts a lot for me. Like that.
But what help is he getting? What help is he getting, bro? Now let's be respectable. What help is he getting?
He was on the only time he had KD and Harden.
Only time he had that was hard. That was KD's fault, bro. KD lost that joint for them, bro. He lost that. He lost that whole series for them.
So he's in the same. So
You
he's in
ain't
the
you ain't
same
keeping
boat,
real
pretty
with
much.
yourself.
He was just playing with Harden again. They didn't do nothing. They did better when
That's
Harden
CP3
got.
went there.
That's two
Look,
players.
there's
That's two
an
players who are in the
there's an
same
argument
position.
for CP3 right there. The person you say is one of the best point guards ever, and CP3 went to the same team that he was on and made them better. They had better winning
Did
percentage.
they make the play? They made the playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
they made the playoffs. They
was
were
fourth. They was fourth in the league.
yeah.
Then Westbrook made the playoffs one time with them.
Yeah, they went to playoffs
They made the playoffs
when they
too.
were still together.
All right,
But
so
they went further with
what's the
Chris
difference?
Paul.
Same result, right?
They went
Same
no,
result,
they
right?
went further with Chris Paul. They had a better percentage during the season,
Listen,
and they
bro,
went further in the playoffs with Chris Paul than
the
Russell
same
Westbrook.
result. They still got an L, right? They still got an L, right? Same result, right?
Yeah, just
Still got an
one
L, right?
more
All right.
series.
Let's
One more
cut
series.
that. Let's scratch
And
that. Let's scratch that.
that's
We
because
can't
Chris
do that.
Paul got hurt. Chris Paul got hurt. See what happens
That's
with
always the case
teams
with
when
Chris
Chris
Paul in
Paul go
the
down.
playoffs.
Except for this year, thank God. I'm gonna go knock on some wood here in a
I
second.
didn't want to.
So that.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
What you were saying?
No, I was saying something different.
No, but
go ahead.
this is the reason why I say no. Now, Brandon, listen to mine, Brandon. Best point guard all time. It gotta be Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be Westbrook. If we go by positionless, it would have to be Magic and Oscar Robertson, right? Positionless.
The big O, yeah.
Point forwards. It had to be them two, right?
Big O
But we
definitely
going
should
by
be up
point
there.
guard.
Yeah.
Point guards. Westbrook number one. Westbrook number
You
one.
keep saying
Number two
that.
is Stockton. It's Stockton. Number two is Stockton.
Yeah.
Number three will be Isaiah Thomas or CP3. Isaiah Thomas or CP3. Nash could be gracefully 5, but Kid gonna come before Nash.
Yeah.
To me.
Got the ring.
So
I think Kid was more.
if you really think about this, Kid was more what?
So
I was gonna say
I
feel like yeah, Kid got the ring. Steve Nash was a more talented basketball player than Jason Kidd, but Kid got the ring.
You got back-to-back MVP. So
no, he not.
And Kid didn't have to run into
you said more talented. Your man ain't never won a chip.
That's because he had to run into Kobe.
He lost to the Lakers.
Kobe, like think about the teams that Jason Kidd had to go through to get into where he was going in the East.
We talking about Kobe like he Jordan, nigga.
All right, so
what do you mean? Kobe is Jordan.
No, he's not.
Jordan 2.0.
Oh, here we go.
Listen,
Here we go.
Jordan stopped the best players. Listen, stop. Jordan stopped the best players ever from getting their chips, bro.
Hey, go to Google and see, and go to Google and see how many times that Kobe Bryant was first team all defense. My guy, he was Michael Jordan 2.0. He just wasn't as big.
He wasn't
as dominant. Wasn't as big. He's bigger than.
It was different.
He's bigger than Mike.
Gus, I'm trying to say what you're saying. He stopped Malone, Stockton, Clyde, Charles from getting rings. That's the same. Who did Kobe stop from getting a ring?
Kobe stopped Duncan and Parker. Kobe stopped Steve Nash and Amari.
Duncan got 3 rings. Stop, bro. You in denial, bro. You gotta stop. You gotta cut that shit.
What are you talking about?
You in denial.
What are you?
No,
you say he stopped. You say he stopped. You say he stopped fucking. You say
hold on,
bro. Cut that shit out, man.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this. What Gus is saying is Kobe stopped people from getting rings and chips. He stopped AI from getting a ring. He stopped. No, I'm sorry. Rewind it. Jordan stopped people from getting rings. That's what he's saying. He stopped Charles Barkley from getting a ring. He stopped Isaiah Thomas. Well, Isaiah already had his rings, but he already had his one. But he stopped Karl Malone, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler. He stopped
Karl Malone
getting rings. Kobe stopped AI from getting a ring.
That's the star in that did. He stopped all.
What do you mean by
Kobe? I'm saying Kobe stopped AI from getting a ring. Everybody else got their rings from going through the Lakers. Oh, he stopped fucking Chris Webber and them from getting a ring. And I'm so tight about that Western Conference in 02. Well, that's a
he ain't stopped Detroit. He didn't stop Detroit. He didn't stop the Spurs. He didn't stop Boston. He didn't. Man, come on, get it right, bro. He ain't stopped nobody that
He didn't
mattered.
stop Boston. Yo, wow.
Man, he stopped the White House.
Y'all out here. Y'all get mad. I can't believe
Think about
y'all
it.
here
He
talking
stopped the
about
White
Kobe
House.
like he wasn't a
Did he stop
slayer.
the White Howard at the time? Come on, man.
Oh, my Lord.
No, he wasn't that. He wasn't that. He ain't
my
control
Lord.
era, bro. Because in the same token,
What not?
Houston.
Oh,
Let's go,
my
Houston.
goodness. You are.
Spurs and Lakers was winning the chips at the time. Remember them three teams? They was the ones winning the chips. He didn't stop none of them from winning no chips, bro.
That's why
What do you mean? He beat both of those teams to go to the championship.
That's why we talking about the 2011 Magic.
That's one time.
Twice, but still.
The Mavs beat them, remember?
Yeah, I remember the Mavs beat them.
Come on, it was a lot of teams in the West that was beating them, bro. It stopped them from getting it. Portland even fucked their hopes up one time.
If we're here to act like Kobe Bryant wasn't out here beating cats and finishing cats.
No, we're not taking anything away from Kobe.
That's for y'all to talk about because you gotta bet.
We're not taking anything away from Kobe, but Mike took that. No, Mike took that. Mike took that honor away from people permanently. It's just like you're not getting it, but people got it. People got it on Kobe at that point. Like we already talked about, man, swept Kobe. Like the alleged super team that Kobe had, they got beat. Like Kobe didn't shut people down from not getting rings at all. That's what the initial conversation about. We just took it.
If that's it, they didn't get any at all because of Kobe. Yeah, that's cool. That happened. But basketball is a completely different game too. So yeah, I'm like, but overall, but I mean, originally, I don't even know how we got into that conversation.
No, I'm saying there's no. What I'm saying is there's no Buffalo Bills of the NBA. They stopped themselves from getting a fucking ring 4 times straight. There's no team in the NBA that stopped themselves from getting a ring.
It was the Eagles. It was the Eagles at first. Remember? It was the Eagles before Buffalo Bills. The next was the Eagles. They won the 4 straight NFC Championship game. What you mean?
But they weren't. Right? They weren't in the fucking.
There was Buffalo 2.0. That's what you call Buffalo 2.0.
That's 2.0. But Buffalo's in the damn Super Bowl every time, and just like, yo, this ain't it. This ain't like Jim Kelly with the 4 Super Bowls and just like 0. Ozzie Rising, Bruce Smith, Thurman Thomas. It's like nothing. And these are all greats right here. So it's just like it don't make no sense.
Yeah,
I did want to ask y'all one question pertaining to the 2 sports.
That's what I was saying, Brandon.
But between the 2 sports, right? So we can say, like, let's just say shooting guard, right? So we can say Jordan's the best, whatever, right? And people would just be like, it's undeniable, right? And the next would be Kobe or LeBron, and you could just sit down just a second, right?
Mine ain't no shooting guard.
What I'm saying, no, just listen to me. So they'll go by that, right? And it'll just be like, all right, Jordan's the best, and then it'll be like Kobe, and then it'll be like LeBron, right? So just go by those 3. Those are just like the figureheads for that. But if you go to football, it's a whole fucking juggling circus for fucking a running back. So somebody will say OJ, somebody will say Walter Payton, somebody will say Jim Brown, somebody will say somebody will say LT, somebody will say AP, somebody will say Barry Sanders, and then it's never just like, oh well, Emmitt Smith got 3 rings, so he's the best. Barry Sanders had no rings. It's just like Barry Sanders better than Emmitt Smith, and you just gotta accept that. why is it different with basketball and we don't have CP3 up there because he never made a finals? Or just like it's just weird with the sports. I never got that. It's just like very
Yeah,
Sanders
because the championships mean everything.
not in what in the NFL versus the NBA, or is it vice versa?
Yeah,
Like
because in the NBA, the championships matter more than actually basketball.
that's
What
weird.
it is. Anytime a nigga like Draymond going to the Hall of Fame, y'all better get the fuck out of. Yo, I would punch a nigga heart out his chest over that, bro. Yo, like seriously, yo. Hey, Brandon, that shit get me so hot, Brandon. I swear to God, that shit get me so hot.
Yo, Draymond's making the Hall of Fame.
This nigga gonna make Hall of Fame, bro.
I feel you on that. Like the Hall of Fame for the NBA, like and that's where I guess that's really where that president really gets started. It's like if you win some rings, you're gonna go into the Hall of Fame. Period. So that's like they made that the standard. Like the NBA did that to themselves.
But a nigga like Bruce Bowen ain't gonna make it though.
Bruce Bowen definitely should be
2 or 3 chips, right?
Yeah.
But if Draymond make it, should make it right.
Like 6, 7-time defensive player of the year. I mean, not player of the year, but first team defensive squad, all defensive squad. Yeah, like Bruce Bowen definitely should be up there.
Was one of the people that's called the Kobe stopper? He's one of the Kobe stoppers, the original Kobe stopper. He's one of them.
Him and Tony Allen.
Yeah.
Why is it so just like cut and dry in the I don't know. It don't make no sense. Why is it so cut and dry in the NBA but NFL just like, oh, you ain't made no championship, but you know, we'll let them in, you know.
Because what you can do individually is so much easier seen in basketball than it is football. You know what I mean? Because it's like with different receivers, it's like, yeah, but you know, that guy would have been sauce if he had Montana or Brady throwing him the ball. He would have had a better.
But all right. So look at this. In receivers, Jerry's obviously one. So that's not argued. It's set in stone. Whatever the case may be, you can put Randy 2, TL 3. But you're not gonna
we just gonna leave Megatron out of the top 3?
Yeah, I was getting that. Megatron retired early, so he could still be up there in the top 10, but retired early.
Yeah, he's the only one to finally catch that break that Jerry Rice single yard
over Larry Fitzgerald, Andre Johnson, just like Marvin Harrison. Chris Carter.
Yeah.
We're just putting Johnson.
Larry Fitzgerald is the next. He's the next Jerry Rice.
I guess that's the basketball play. That's the basketball fan in me, I guess, because like I saw that whole list. I watched them all play, and the eye test tells me that Megatron is better than most of those guys.
That's right. We just go with the eye test. If you go with the eye test, if we go by the eye test, you'll say Megatron better than Larry. If you look at them fucking stats and look at them drops, Larry's clearly better than Megatron. That's clear.
Yeah. And if you go by that shit, if you go by running backs, we'll say Emmett Smith over Barry Sanders, but if you look at the real Barry Sanders, all them.
And then you look at the eye test, you'll say Megatron's better than like 90% of the receivers. Then you look at the stats, you're like, oh, Sterling Sharp is better than Megatron.
Right.
But hey, that's just me. But
it go by impact. But Larry Fitzgerald did all that, but his impact wasn't better. like
his impact was one Super Bowl and a loss. So I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and Megatron's impact was minimal.
It actually was high. It's just that the team that he played on, it's a team game. We keep telling y'all, one player don't win no championship. It's a team game.
You can put Andre Johnson.
That's what we gotta understand.
Also, Andre Johnson is just like the GOAT in Texas, and in Houston. I'm sorry. Go to Texas is Michael
Irvin, yeah.
we all know that, but the go to Houston is like he's like a god in fucking Houston, fucking Andre Johnson. But Guess what you got going on tonight? Except for probably watching Sixers, obviously.
Man, no, I ain't watching the game. I'm in Houston, so I'm gonna be going out go out to dinner and just
Chilling, making
chill, like
moves.
relax until I catch my flight and I'll be back in Philly tomorrow.
All right, well, safe travels. It just started raining over here, so randomly. But hopefully make it back safe.
Yeah, it's always raining now.
Every time I come back home, it looks like Gotham City. It can never just be sunshine and rainbows coming back here. It always like fucking Gotham City.
There's always some shit, right?
Brandon, what you got going on tonight?
I mean, I would be, probably
okay.
watching some basketball tonight or tomorrow, but my squad already finished up, so we're getting some rest. So
you on a rest week.
Yeah,
like catching on some anime, huh?
Exactly. I can chill. I put on To Your Eternity today because I've been behind on that. So I'll probably watch that and then catch up on My Hero.
Yeah, I got to catch up on them too. Also,
Sixers game on. They have 62-49 right now.
Well, hopefully we go 3-1. Hopefully we go 3-1.
Yeah, I ain't turn that game on.
I'll probably watch it a little bit. Go to work, whatever. Always catch us at BlurCon July, in Virginia. We'll have a booth. We'll be there. Come talk to us. Come chill. Not talk to us too much. We said we gotta get the Moderna boys.
I'm friendly.
Moderna boys.
Sam don't want to talk to you. Moderna gang.
Not really. I want to sit down and drink a little bit. Moderna boys show up. But y'all take it easy a little bit.
Some edibles on.
Oh, you gonna get the edibles on?
We're talking about edibles.
Yeah, you gonna have the edibles on deck.
Hey, Brandon, you been still doing them girls podcasts? They still got that shit going on?
Peace.
Barely.
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah,
y'all still been doing a podcast with that going on?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody come check out B.A.E Chan After Dark. 11 o'clock. 9 o'clock on Thursday.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock because they're getting old. Oh. They gotta go in early.
Yeah, because did they bring up the stat? I had a stat from can a man be a? Did they bring it up saying can a man be a can be a hoe?
Can man be a hoe? I don't know. I don't think we ain't discussed that. But I guarantee you that they would say yes.
Yeah, no, that's just the hater in them. They don't understand that. But a man can never be a hoe. You know that, right? Because we do it for nothing.
All right, here we go.
The reason why our females is hoes is because they do it for something. Men do it for nothing.
We're about sports over here.
We do it for this, so we don't consider it as our nature.
This is a Thursday night conversation.
We're gonna keep it on sports. I'm telling Gus, do your own show the day before, and then they gotta refute what you say the day after. You see what I'm saying? I can just make shows. Gus got his own show Wednesday nights. Check out Gus Live. You're gonna come on here talk about, and you get to refute what they're saying. It just makes sense. And then, you know what I'm saying? So check out Gus.
And then next thing you know, they're gonna want me on the show.
And then we got a crossover. You had the crossover. A day like a day unlike any other, and that's how the Avengers was born. So we check out Gus' show. Think Like a Man. I'm just naming it right now for no reason. That's not gonna be the name, but it's gonna be the name. Gus Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock after the debate show. I'm just putting shit out there. He could show up. He could not show up, but. Show up 9 o'clock, Gus, and talk your shit.
Yeah,
that's right. Get you a male co-host for that one too, and then we can do this. You know what I mean?
No, I get a thought nigga with me. You heard me?
Check out.
I get a whole
check out-
thought nigga with me. That's
check
a whole
out-
thought nigga. He just like, yeah, man, you know what I mean?
Check out Gus Wednesday nights at 9:00, a day unlike any other, and then we'll set it up.
Well,
All right, Brandon can make the flyer. I'm sorry to put that duty on you. There you go. We're good to go.
All right.
All right.
All right.